Well, hello and welcome to Understand Men Now. I'm Jonathan Asley of jonathanAsley.com, and I'm so excited to be shooting this short video for you today. Our topic, 87% of new relationships fail for this reason. Okay, so real quickly before I get started, if this content resonates with you and you want to connect with me, check out the link below to schedule a one-on-one call, or check out my other links as well. Okay, 87% of relationships, new relationships, fail for this reason. Let's face it, we live in a society where we roughly have a 50% of divorce rate for people. And probably of the balance of people in a relationship, half of those are in miserable relationships. So there is a common denominator of why relationships fail. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, gosh, there are so many great relationships out there, so that you have witnessed or experienced great relationships, but the vast majority of people are not aligned with one another, and they don't make good partners with one another. And one of the primary reasons, this primary reason why relationships fail, is centered around emotional maturity. Let me repeat that, emotional maturity. And where now, when I say maturity, I'm not talking about someone who's responsible and can pay their bills and that sort of thing. I'm talking about emotional maturity. Are they capable of actually being partnered with another human being? Are they actually capable of being partnered with another human being? So today's video, I'm going to introduce you to some material to give you some insight in who is really capable of being emotionally ready to be in a relationship. Now, one of the first things you have to recognize that almost all human beings have suffered some childhood wounds in their life. They've suffered some childhood wounds, and some are more traumatic than others. I went to the Hoffman process a couple years ago. And I was able to recognize my negative patterns and limiting beliefs in life that caused me to have friction when it came to relationships. So after going through this intense process, and you can certainly check out the book and do it for yourself, but a person who's healed, or at least is healing their childhood wounds, is more likely capable of being in a healthy, happy relationship. And while this isn't all people, this is the vast majority of the population. And to piggyback on that, one of the patterns most human beings follow is they choose relationships similar to one of or both of their parents. In other words, it's a dynamic that they have unresolved stuff with their parents, and that caused them to choose people that are going to trigger those childhood wounds we talked about. So I highly recommend you check out the book Getting the Love You Want, Getting the Love You Want by Harvell Hendrix. Getting the Love You Want by Harvell Hendrix. That goes into a deep dive into understanding why the choices maybe you've made in your life, and certainly a man can make in his life. Okay? Now, to follow this up, what I've also recognized with human beings is most human beings are terrible communicators. Believe it or not, most people are terrible communicators of their emotional self. Their emotional self. In other words, being able to communicate their needs, wants, and desires in a way that's seen, heard, and understood. Now, I'm going to turn you on to a great book called Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. This book clearly gives insight into how to communicate your feelings in such a way that's seen, heard, and understood, and allows one to be in healthy conflict in relationship, because one of the challenges in most relationships is conflict resolution. Most of you are like, I want a happy relationship with no problems. Well, that's not reality. Conflict resolution is hugely important. And those that have learned the skills from this book, Nonviolent Communication, and I wished he had titled it Compassionate Communication, because that would have been a better title for it. It goes into deeper understanding of being able to communicate with one another. So now some of you might recognize that you might have a tendency to be very anxious or needy in relationship, and you might have a habit of choosing partners who are avoidant or emotionally distant in relationship. I want you to check out the book Attached by Amir Levine, which goes into anxious, avoidant, and secure attachment styles. When you understand attachment styles, this puts you in a space to make better choices and you're able to navigate your own emotional state of being depending on which one you are. Check out the website, the book attached. You can do a little quick survey to find out what you fit into, which attachment style you are. Now, there's a final book I want to share with you today that I highly recommend. And those who watch my videos, I always recommend most of these books because they're really fantastic books for building your emotional maturity. But if you want to have a healthy, happy relationship, then check out the book 8 Dates by Dr. John Gottman. 8 Dates by Dr. John Gottman. This book is fantastic for recognizing what it takes to be in a healthy, happy relationship. Because the reason why 87% of relationships fail is most people don't know what they want in relationship or how to make a healthy, happy relationship work. So the book 8 Dates is going to give you insight on how to create that healthy, happy relationship so you're not part of that 87% that's going to fail. And whether it's a new relationship or a seasoned relationship, all of these books are the reason why most relationships struggle and fail. Whew, boy, I covered a lot. Okay. I'd like to hear your thoughts on what I shared. Please post a comment below. I better start doing it this way. Please post a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. If this resonates with you, if you think it's rubbish, if you think I'm full of shit, I want to hear about it. And also, if you want to connect with me, there's a link below. Schedule a one-on-one call with me. Check out my group, Midlife Love Mastery, or get my free gift, The 5 Qualities a Man Seeks in a Soulmate, or check out my book, What the Heck is Self-Love Anyway? And there's a link there below. Okay, I'm going to sign off this video as I always do, giving you a big, gigantic Jonathan Bear hug if I have your consent. Aw, thank you. Wishing you a wonderful day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye now.